Welcome back to the Anglers Extra pregame show. Josh Schaefer alongside Anglers manager Tom Holliday for today's manager show as the Cotuit Kettleers visit Veterans Field for a Sunday doubleheader. Coach, how are you today?
Good, great.
So, second doubleheader of the season, this one finally at home, and you have a little bit more guys than you did for the doubleheader last Sunday against the Bourne Braves. Does that affect how you structure today's lineups?
No, not at all. We're going to play to win game one, and we'll rest some guys after game one, and we've added a couple position players, so we'll be able to play 4 or 5 different guys in game two. But we're to the point now where we're trying to win ball games and making sure guys stay fresh. You know, until we've got 2 more position guys coming, and once we get those guys in, then and I would say you might be able to predict the lineup against the righties and lefties. But no, the doubleheader with a day off is it's kind of good timing.
So we did have one kind of rainy day earlier in the season against YD, kind of an interesting scenario, didn't really know if we were going to play. And then yesterday we finally do have a rain out. How do you approach that? Well,
I mean, obviously it came at a good time, and I wanted the players just do whatever they wanted, have the day off, stay away. We didn't do any practicing whatsoever, and in light of a doubleheader today. And then we get the odd day off tomorrow. So we'll do some roster moves tomorrow. Try to get as close as we can to being done on that, because I'm really uncomfortable doing that, and I want to get it over with, get it off my mind, so that I can start focusing a little bit more on games.
Are you going to have any practices for the off days coming up this week? So with yesterday's game canceled and out of the way, still 2 more off days within the next few days.
Thursday we will practice. We're going to go over holding runners, maybe a little bit more work on the bunting game, just some small stuff. But you know, it'll be a light workout. But we do have to do some work with our pitchers and middle infielders, and now that we're going to lose Torque out in the outfield, we're going to have a new structure in the outfield. So we'll probably work with the outfielders on fly ball communication, so we don't have anybody run into each other.
When it comes to today's game, this is the first time in quite a while that you guys will see a new team coming here to Veterans Field. How do you approach that?
To be very honest with you, right now it's like who's pitching today, whose turn is it, and we're just playing. You know, we're not doing scouting reports, we're not doing any phone calling to find anything out about them. I know Mike likes to run the bases, but what are we going to do about that? You know, put our third baseman halfway between third and home? No, we're not going to get anybody hurt. But we'll be a little bit conscious of that. But more importantly, if somebody's going to play the short game, you're going to play tight games. And our bullpen's loaded today with our game being rained out yesterday. We got yesterday's 2 arms to throw into our bullpen mix. So now we're ready to play, and the guys we got going we feel good about. And we got a lefty in the first game, so it should at least shorten our running game a little bit. And Manoah in game 2, he shortens it by getting it to the plate about 95. So now we got to play and see how we handle it. If we don't handle it, we'll practice working on it.
You mentioned the bullpen, and 2 pitchers today that have a lot of experience coming out of the pen, at least this past season in 2018. First Spencer Van Scoy from ASU, then Alec Manoah from West Virginia. Is there a big adjustment for them to make moving from the bullpen now to a starting role here on Cape Cod? It's
a combination. It's what their coach would like us to look at, for maybe next year for them. And it's for both of those guys, it may be something in their pro future. Somebody else will probably make the decision whether they're closers or relief pitchers. I think Manoah, quite frankly, could be the best closer in college baseball. But at the same time, if pro people don't get a chance to see him pitch 4 or 5 innings in Cape Cod, it may affect his draft in a negative way. So I'm going to start Alec, and he's getting rest, and we're winning, and we've got a closer. Velez is really good. So we get another guy to join him, and we're going to have all we want. I mean, if we can alternate closers every other day, it's a pretty darn good pitching staff.
Coach, thanks so much for joining us, and good luck today in the doubleheader against the Kettleers.
You bet.
We'll now go back up to Cooper Boardman as the Anglers Extra pregame show continues.